on to you Virgos out here. You actually have the Justice, the Page of Cups, and then you Virgos have the Ten of Pentacles. So for you Virgos, y'all are in a situation where things are going quite well for you, and you Virgos pretty much are in your own world, like I was talking about the last Virgo reading that I did for y'all. Things are going excellently. Things are going quite well for you because you Virgos are essentially in your own energy. You know, you're living your life. You're in the zone. You're consistent, right? You know, you're just concentrating on yourself. You know, nowadays people call it getting the bag and doing you and concentrating on yourself. Same thing, literally. You're concentrating on yourself. You're fixing yourself up. You Virgos are doing what it is that you need to do. And you Virgos are most definitely living your life, having fun, right? And the Ten of Cups speaks to how much fun you're having. You don't have the same kind of worries you used to, I want to say 6 months ago, a year ago, a year and a half ago, right? You Virgos very much so have changed. Oh, my bad. You Virgos have very much so changed certain things around, and your life is better and more well-rounded because of it. Because a lot of you Virgos started to get a little bit more clear about what you want in your life versus what you don't want in your life, right? And all of us may want certain things done in a specific way, but you know, whoever Virgo or whatever you are, right, as far as a Virgo, you know what it is that you want in your life and what you don't want. You know, I don't want somebody constantly giving me problems because I want to go and do my own thing. And when I mean when I say doing my own thing, I'm not talking about go out there and go with somebody else. I'm talking about if I do this YouTube thing, or if you catch me on TikTok doing a video or whatever, right? I don't want, or go hang out with my family, or I may not call you for a couple of days, right? Them tripping about it, them being upset about it, because it's like, if I rock with you, I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna want to see you, because and it's not gonna take a month, or it's like I'm vanishing in order to do that. It's just that my life is hectic. I got, you know what I'm saying? I take care of my mom. My mom's still able-bodied. She's doing well. She's doing great, thankfully. I help her out. I do what it is that I do. I'm building my bag. I got, you know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? Like my dog or whatnot, I'm saving up for my dog's surgery and everything like that. It's gonna cost around $3,000 to do that. It's like, I have things that I'm doing. If you can't understand that, well then you gotta essentially stay out of my life. Hold on a second. And so why that's so important in the first place is because all of us Virgos, we know what it is that we want. And so the thing about it is that the Knight of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups right here speaks to us Virgos being in a situation where a lot of people are thinking a lot about us, but only until after we're not there in their lives, because that's the time that unfortunately some people like to think. They like to think after we're gone, after we're gone, you know, after we're not really hanging out with them or speaking to them anymore. They start to really sit back and be like, you know, the Virgo really did tell me this, and they really did put me on game. Or they think about the good things that you did for them, right? And then it's like, wow, you know, this relationship was really good. And it's not like an illusion, especially if you Virgos had your heart in it. You know, you're capable of kindness. You Virgos probably did something that was so special and so selfless and stuff like this, and so kind, they didn't even realize what it is that you was doing, right? Like, I remember so many times myself where I'm trying to, again, the whole purpose of me trying to put the people who I'm dating on is so that their mind can expand. I'm not trying to essentially, you know, brainwash them or tell them to do. That's not what I'm doing at all. Because I have all the documentation and the evidence to back up everything that I'm saying. Multiple sources. So I'm actually showing them the delusion that they've been living under the whole time, but I'm also showing them the truth, because I thought people didn't want people to lie to them. Well, I'm not lying to them, and then they get mad, and that's and knowledge is power. So when I leave, that's when they think about it. They're like, you really did really put me on to certain things, and I'm like, I don't even know what to say to you at this point. You know what I mean? Try to come back and stuff like this. So so for you Virgos, it happens like that. But because, again, the excessive pride, it's the ego that be getting a lot of people in trouble, because they don't know how to calm this high horse, this I'm better than you, this excessive competition. Now, if you've been over here for a certain amount of time, or if you're new to the channel, any one of my longtime subscribers will tell you that over competition is a presence of weakness. A person is showing you their a person is showing you their insecurities overtly. Because if they really had things going well for them, why are they going so hard with that? So anyway, the Queen of Pentacles, Five of Swords, and then you have the Page of Pentacles right here for you Virgos. So these three cards right here for you speaks to how a lot of you are nurturing. A lot of you Virgos are nurturing. A lot of you Virgos will give and do things for people that a lot of other zodiac signs will not. And you get that from the Pisces polarity, where Pisces, I know from personal experience, Pisces will go the extra mile for a person in a way that a lot of other people just don't. And it scares a lot of individuals off, because they never really experienced this before in their life. And so the situation with that is you all right, my love? All right. So she walked in the door. But this is a situation for you, Pisces, where, again, the Queen of Pentacles and the Five of Swords right here speaks to how you Virgos, like I said, a lot of people are missing that. And then the Page of Pentacles speaks to, but you're keeping it to yourself and your loved ones, like me in that situation there. So a lot of you Virgos have your head on your shoulders. And a lot of people are really missing that, because they needed, to put it bluntly, they don't want to see the ego got them in a way where they don't want to admit that not only do they want you around, they actually need you. In order for them to actually see things through and to be all right, ironically, you Virgos are actually their rock. And not only are you a rock, but you're anti-fragile. It's not about you just taking the hammering. You actually get better. You're their asset, basically, to put it better. And so the King of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles right here represents. And so that's the reason why it is that, on the one hand, they would love to be a family with you, but they know that they're messed up. So it's this juxtaposition of, yeah, they'd like to be in a relationship with you. They'd like to be in a relationship and, be in a whole marriage or some sort of commitment or something like that, whatever you want to call it, and be connected with you in that kind of way. But what's stopping them is their own dysfunction, and all of that is what's stopping them. So let's clarify some cards. Let's clarify, and they know this. That's why it is that you Virgos have had to deal with some pretty wild situations where it's like the opposition just doesn't even make any sense, right? Like, why do they seem to have, again, correct me if I'm wrong, but why do they seem to have such a chip on their shoulder for no reason, right? Like, you Virgos would be the same way that you were. You never switched up, you never changed. And then they can't seem to, I don't know, like they can't seem to be able to function, even though you still care about them and you never changed on them. So let's clarify some cards. Let's clarify the Seven of Pentacles. you have the Page of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, King of Wands, and then you have the Eight of Wands to clarify the Seven of Pentacles, right? So the Seven of Pentacles is the amount of growth that they also see you Virgos doing. And that they, again, like your exes specifically, they think of it, well, really everyone around you that knows you, they find your growth to be beautiful. You know, they handsome, whatever, attractive. They find it to be attractive because, you know, you're not really on, you're not worried about certain things. You're above certain things spiritually. You don't really trip out or get mad about the petty things and everything like that. A lot of you Virgos can see the bigger picture. A lot of you probably changed your style. I know I've changed my style. My style used to be bad. Like my style, like people used to think I was gothic when I wasn't. I used to wear like baggy pants with like the back the BLK t-shirt, right? I can't say the word. It's a color, but the t-shirt and everything like that. And I used to have like graphic art, but it's like, but that's what it is that my mama buying though. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't had the money at one point to buy my own jeans. I ain't even know where to start. Really, I've been trying to buy some skinny jeans, but I ain't even know that they were skinny jeans. I ain't even know. I used to make fun of those. Then come to find out, turned out to wear the same style that it is that I kind of laughed at, or I was laughing at, is what it is that I was looking for the whole time. Then I had to admit that I was wrong and then actually go and buy it. But the point I'm trying to make here with that is to clarify the Seven of Pentacles, which is growth for you Virgos. The Page of Pentacles, right? And then I'm not going to clarify the Seven of Coins because it's the same thing. The Page of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, the King of Wands, and the Eight of Wands speaks to how, like, you know, again, it just speaks to the triumphant, just how triumphant a lot of you Virgos are, where it's like you've overcome so much. You Virgos overcame lack of confidence, and a lot of the lack of confidence is being self-conscious because so many people would tell you that no matter what you had, no matter who you are, no matter how things improved for you, it was never enough. If you were fresh, you had to be fresher. If you wore, you know what I'm saying, Jordans, you had to step your Jordans up to like Gucci. If you had Gucci, you had to step it up to Louis Vuitton and all of that. Like, it was always a story about why it is that you Virgos was never good enough. If you showed people that you care, it's exactly like what Nipsey Hussle said. When you kept it real, you got faked on. And so it's that. But it's also part of the reason why it is that you Virgos have become so beautiful, because even despite all of that, when people try to make it seem like you were the worst thing in the world and stuff like this with their selective outrage, at the end of the day, who did they end up actually coming back to? They knew that you Virgos had something about y'all that they didn't, which was heart and decency. So that's pretty much it for now. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to get the YouTube channel to 100K, right? We at 21,420 subscribers. Y'all are my subscribers. I have some of the best subscribers on YouTube. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie. I can't sugarcoat it. Listen, smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set that notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos, because I'm trying to make my YouTube channel grow to 100K or beyond. I'm trying to set my life up correctly. You know what I mean? So because of that, I need y'all to watch the videos, watching the videos, leaving the likes, you know, really just watching the video really does help. It really does help. And it helps me to be able to get more money from these views, because, you know, my channel is monetized and everything like that. And I started to put the ad in the middle again so I can actually get paid more, because my stuff was dropping down low for a little while. I ain't even gonna lie to you. But oh yeah, if you'd like to come through and get a personal reading from me, the link to that is in the comment section below. It's called the Linktree link. Appreciate it. Peace.